Greetings, everybody. Today, I'm going to allow you to watch me get ready for this video. Yeah, I need to do some things to myself. You know, I need to do this to get ready. All I'm using on my face this morning is some cream that I made, some natural. There are things in your household like avocado, olive oil. You can crush the avocado and you can add olive oil to it and use it on your skin. My own homemade product. There's a cream. This one is not my homemade stuff. This stuff, I love it. It is jasmine blossom. Even when I feel down, believe me, just smelling this lotion makes me feel better. And this morning I need to add a little bit of this. You know, it's almost as if I'm going to be in your company and I want to smell nice for you. So I'm putting on my lotion, and now this is not mine, it's my daughter's perfume. I'm stealing some of it, you know, like putting it on here because I think I need to put on some perfume for this video. So that's my routine. I feel fresh. Face is natural. I cannot put on any makeup for this video because then it will defeat the purpose of this topic that I'm going to deal with. I'm talking about natural beauty, that we don't need any artificial things to make us beautiful. The very thing you have in your kitchen can be used on your skin. When we were kids growing up, our parents used to use coconut oil on our skin. And what we've done, we allowed these wicked capitalists to tell us that coconut oil was not good. And our grandparents and great-grandparents were living until they're in their 200s. And they were fine eating coconut oil. But they told us that we shouldn't use it. They spray the Caribbean area, claiming that there are all these dangerous bugs, and destroyed our coconut. And now a little tiny jar of coconut oil, coconut cream or whatever, is a ridiculous amount of money. Anyway, the topic of this video today is self-hate. Black women hating themselves. And this is not a judgment on black women, because, you know, the reason why we have come to this state, it's because of indoctrination, because of the way the media is used to portray the message to black people, our black women, that we're not good enough. And we have bought it hook, line, and sinker. So I'm going to show you some pictures of some transformation I've made over the years. When I was very young until this very moment, I have always been someone who really loved myself and has very deep love for my country. It was in my blood. When I left Jamaica, it was just, I'm obsessed with that place. I'm obsessed. And there are individuals who say they will never go back, and sometimes I can't understand it. Nowadays, I'm trying my best not to judge the situation, because sometimes people have had bad experiences, and when they remember that place, they don't want to go there anymore. But for me, my love for Jamaica gets deeper and deeper as the year go on. Okay? So I'm going to show you pictures from the time I came to this beautiful country of Canada. And they're not going to be in order. Just going to show you, because I have stated before that my natural hair used to be this length at one point. Especially when I'm pregnant, my hair goes like wildfire. It is insane. I can't contain it. So I've always had naturally long, beautiful black hair, and never at any point, and I'm not talking about hair that look like I'm Indian, real African hair. Black women can grow their hair if they didn't put all these chemicals and put weaves in their hair and wear wig and not use the right product. The products we use in our hair is not made for black people, and that's why a lot of black people's hair don't grow. And so what if your hair can't grow? It is the one that God gave to you. It is fine the way it is. But I'm saying that if black people would let go of these weaves and let their hair breathe, and use the products that are made for us, we all would have beautiful hair. So this locks that I have now is not much different from the hair I had, the natural hair. And you can say anything and people will just kind of bat their eye at you. I can show you that. I have cut my hair down to this size, length, I mean, and it has grown back. We have the ability to grow our hair, people, if we would take care of it. And to use the products that are made for us. Take a look at my skin. This is olive oil and avocado. That's my little secret for today. Here's a picture of myself. I was 23 years old at the time. This is my hair. Okay? This is my hair. It stops here, but it goes much further in the back. And all I did was wash and blow dry this hair. And this is here after some lady put a chemical in my hair and damaged it until it was this 1 inch tall. Then it grew back to this state. Now, if my father is a Chinese or Indian or whatever, I don't know. The person that they gave to me and said is my father is a black man. Okay, a black man that has no mixture in him. There you go. Here's a picture of me with my first child. That's my hair. And at that time, I never put chemicals in my hair. I used to just wash and blow dry my hair. I always liked braids. Always. This is me with braids. I went to Italy. And before I went there, I got the brilliant idea that I was going to buy a wig because I didn't want to deal with my hair. And this is what I bought. And I thought if I'm going to wear something like a wig, it has to look like me. It has to be something that when I put it on, nobody can figure it's not my hair. And so I bought this wig to put on my head. And it was really quite ridiculous. But it was hiding my hair and preventing me from doing anything. And it was hot. When I went, it was May, the end of May. So it was really hot in Italy at that time. This is another picture of myself when I'm there. When the heat touches that hair. In the beginning, that's what the wig looked like. Big afro thing. But as time went on and it got really hot, then, it's not real. So it started to fall and start to look a bit more curly. This is a picture of myself at my second child's christening. This bunch of stuff that's rolled up on top of here, this is my own hair. And this time I'm using texturizer in my hair to make my hair lighter. And most of the time I kept my hair pinned up in a bun because it was very uncomfortable to have it wearing down, hanging down all the time, and especially when it's really hot. Here of myself on one of my little getaways. This is my hair again. Wash, blow dry. This is a texturizer, not harsh chemicals, just enough to make my hair lighter and easier to manage. This might be a clearer picture of myself. Hair washed and blow dried. Hanging out with my kid on a trip somewhere. That's me again. This is a picture at my first graduation. That's my own hair. This is me graduating from high school. As I get older, I think I am like fine wine. I look better with age because here I think I was only 23 years old. And I looked older then. As I said before, I've always struggled with my weight, so I'm a big girl. Sometimes I'm fat, sometimes I'm skinny because I work really hard to keep the weight off. Now that I'm older, it is much harder to keep the weight off. Here's a photograph of me graduating from university. My first graduation, because I went back. This is me wearing braids. Here am I. This is what originally that wig looked like. The one that I wore to Italy. When I first bought it, this is what it looked like. And then it got weird over time, bigger. A photograph of myself in Jamaica with my braids. Looks like locks. I've always loved natural hair. Here I am in Niagara Falls, just rocking the braids. Similar picture with that same upsweep hairdo. Here I am again in Jamaica with my daughter. That's my hair. And at that point, I had not permed my hair for over a year. All I did was wash and blow dry my hair. This is all of mine. I can show you my picture of my kid because she's now an adult. She looks nothing like that anymore. That's me. A graduation picture. And I'm going to show you a picture, my passport picture. I'm trying to hide my personal information here. Okay. That's me. Picture of myself in braids. Why am I showing you all of these pictures? I saw a video this morning that broke my heart. A beautiful black woman who I really, from time to time, go to watch her videos. And recently I subscribed to her channel because when she goes to Jamaica, she always has these beautiful vlogs that she posts while she's there, and I get to feel like I'm part of her vacation. Every chance I get to see something about Jamaica, I take it. Every opportunity I get to be connected to my country, you know, I always welcome it. And when she goes home, she does these great vlogs, you know, really beautiful personality. And recently she decided to go natural, and then she said she is cheating. And when I looked, she was wearing a weave, and she said she had an appointment or an interview or something, and she felt that she couldn't go with her natural hair. Her natural hair is so beautiful. She got her hair done and she looks so radiant and so bright and so beautiful. And here we have an educated woman saying that, you know, she felt she was not comfortable to go for an interview with her hair, with her natural hair. It's like it's unkept. And it just simply broke my heart. And this is why I hate the weave so much, because I think it gives us this false sense of confidence. If you are going to go to a workplace to work and you feel that they will not accept you in your natural self, with you, who you are as a black person, that is a disgrace. That is a shame. Not a disgrace on the person who feels that way, but a disgrace on the society that you live in that somehow managed to give you that message. And I know exactly what she's talking about. I'm just saying to myself that it's time for us to resist that. As black women, we cannot accept that anymore. I remember when I first graduated from university and I was going for my interview, I got the job, and the person at the agency, because I got the job through an agency, told me that I had to remove my braids. that there's a chance that they're not going to accept that as a professional look. And I said to the individual, and that was 1999, I said to the person, well, if they can't accept me looking like a black person, then that's not the place where I need to work. Because if I take my braids out, this is a black look, and if you say I don't look good enough, I have to have chemicals in my hair, and I have to have, you'd rather see me in weaves so you can accept me, then that's not where I want to work. And so this young lady, and I will put her video, Sin, I gotta put it out there like that, because you're not the only one who only person who feels this way. There are other black women who feel this way, and they can't quite understand or articulate it the way you did. But it has to go out there for us to understand. Until we come to accept ourselves, we can never gain respect from individuals. Marcus Garvey said, our black hair is not a badge of shame. Black person, and you're not ready to accept all of who I am, then that is your problem. That's not mine. And I think it's time for black women to stop conforming to these ideas of beauty. It's time for us to stop giving them the message that it's okay for us to say, well, if I want to be accepted, if I want to be successful in life, I have to look like you. I have an education. We go to the same school, we study, we work hard, we do what we need to do so we can achieve a better education for ourselves and a better life for our future generation. And if we are saying that after we've done all of that, we still have to do things to ourselves that make us uncomfortable. This young lady, Sin, I think she wants to wear her hair natural, but there's an internal struggle within her that is saying that in order for me to really navigate my way in this place, I have to first conform. Who else is conforming to your standards? Who else is saying when they come to your country, when they go to Africa and they go to Jamaica and they go to China and they go to India and whatever, they don't change. Whosoever is forcing you to conform to their idea of beauty, they're not conforming to your standards. So what does that make you and what does that make them? No decent person or decent employer will ask you to be different from who you are. And anyone who does is a racist. And anyone who asks you to be in an environment where you can't be yourself, you can't be all of who you are. If you can bring, because if you hire me, there is something you see within me that I will bring to your company, something that will enhance your company. I don't go for an interview thinking that you're just gonna give me a job to pay my bills. I carry something with me. I have worked in environments, and when you're an educated black person, you will know that I'm telling the truth. You more than likely are going to be one or two or three black person in that environment. If you're a professional in even Canada, certain environment, if you're a lawyer or a doctor or a teacher, if you're a nurse, you're going to be a dime a dozen, because a lot of time there's a lot of black people in the nursing field, because a lot of other people are not interested in that field, or whatever it is, black people. Any job we have where we serve, you'll find us dominate those areas. And nothing is wrong with being a nurse. I'm not saying that because I think I don't know. I don't know how to be a nurse because I'm so weak. I can't stand the sight of blood. But I admire these individuals who go there and save lives. But I'm just saying, in certain professional areas, the black people are not there. I have worked in many places where I'm the only black person. I worked, the last place I worked at, there was this black girl, but she was light skinned. She could pass as Spanish or something. And for me, I was that black girl that was there. That black girl, dark skin, with locks and fat. Oh my God, 3 strikes against me. Being a dark-skinned person, someone wearing locks, and someone who is a fat girl. I mean, you could see me, you could spy me a mile away. These are not characteristics or traits that individuals want in these kinds of parts. You know what I mean? The pressure is there to be pencil thin. And and lightening your skin is something that a lot of black women do because they feel like they want to fit in. I don't want to fit in anywhere. I want to stand out. And when I walk with grace. It's time for black women to love yourself more, to find someone deep within you, to find respect for yourself. Because if others can't, if you yourself don't love yourself, you can't expect other people to not love you. And they smell that. Confidence is something that goes before you. When you walk in a room and you're confident, you don't have to open your mouth. The way you walk in that room, individuals know that you're confident. And if you walk in there with your shoulders shrugged, if you are having this interview and they sense that you're this kind of person who wants to fit in, well, when you're in that job, good luck to you, sister. Because you're going to be kissing some serious, you're going to be doing a lot of that. And even then, you're not going to be accepted. Even then, you're going to have the feeling that no matter what I do, I still have to be playing catch up. Sin, it broke my heart. I'm not mad with you because you have to tell your story. It has to come from that place where individuals understand why black women wear this ugly, stupid thing on their heads. That doesn't look good. It doesn't look nice. It doesn't enhance your beauty. This particular lady looks a lot better without it. But here she was going to the interview with this thing dropping down on her head and looking like taking years off her because she felt pressure to do so. I showed my pictures earlier on to say that I've always liked natural hair. I've always liked braids. And I got to that time when I went away and bought myself that black looking wig so that I didn't have to deal with my own hair. It was not to conform to any idea. It was because I was lazy and someone said to me, why don't you buy a wig and so you don't have to fuss about your hair when you're there. That was it. Before I came back, I got rid of that wig. So I'm appealing to my sisters, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful towards you, but I'm appealing to you to say, take a good look at how you see yourselves. And that is the example of what I talk about every day. This is what I talk about, the oppression of black women, the psychological wound that we carry, the reason why we are bleaching our skins, the reason why we are wearing, because there's some people who wear weave that wouldn't bleach their skin and they would criticize another female that bleaches her skin. It's the same psychological torture and damage that she's going through, that you're going through. Do you understand? It's the same thing. I'm not saying you shouldn't texturize or process your hair. I have done that. But even at a point, I decided that I didn't want to do that anymore. And these things take time. It's a gradual process, but it's one that is time for us to start considering and not allow other individuals to define who we are and our sense of beauty. It breaks my heart. It enrages me, but I can't be angry at people outside. I have to be angry at us. We have to become angry and say it's enough. It's enough. If you can't accept me with my black skin and my black hair and the essence of who I am, and if I can't accept myself, then I might as well be dead. Sin, you're a beautiful woman. And if you want to wear your weaves because you've worn them so long and you've become addicted to it, say you're addicted to it, but don't you dare say that you have to wear it because people are not accepting you. You're an adult, a grown woman who doesn't need to conform to those ideas. If you want to wear your weave, wear the weave, but make no excuses. Make no excuses. It's an insult. And when you say these things, you make black women look shameful. You make us look weak. You make us look pathetic. Stop it, people. Do whatever you want to do with your lives, but do not make excuses for it. I have naturally beautiful black hair. And there are many more of those women running around with these things in their head that have beautiful hair. If they would allow their hair to stay out and to breathe and to wash it and to use the products that are good for us, natural products that God gave to us. Wash your hair and plait it and braid it. And if you want to put chemicals in it or whatever, but your hair can grow. Every black woman hair can grow. Some will not be as long as mine, but your hair can grow. And if it doesn't even grow, you are beautiful in spite of it. It is not something to be ashamed of. You're not supposed to be ashamed. We are the only people, the only women who are ashamed of our hair. And we need not be. We have the best quality hair. Black people have the best hair. Some of those pictures I showed you, my own hair when it was texturized, I used those hot curling iron and crimp it and it looks like weave. A black woman can put jerry curl in her hair and before you know it, she looks like a Chinese. A black woman has a versatile hair that can look like every other nation. So we don't need to be robbing hair stores, buying all this thing, humiliating us, and people pointing us and mocking us and laughing at us. It's not necessary. Until you come to know yourself, people, you will never be accepted or respected. Be blessed, everybody. Think on these things.